And we are back with another knife review. This is going to be somewhat of a review. If you can see the name of this knife on here, you can tell this is probably pretty inexpensive. Yeah, we're just going to do a short one on this. This is kind of trending right now, and I decided to seek one out. So let's get into it. So I had to go to a couple Walmarts to hunt this guy down after seeing some videos on it. And this is the Ozark Mountain Trail access lock. And normally I unbox things, but I was pretty excited to check it out because of all the hype. And yeah, I mean, for $6, I mean, yeah, it's really not terrible, but it is a $6 knife. I mean, for $6, if that's your budget, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, I get it. But I mean, man, you could pick up like a Rat Model One. There's a lot of options out there. Let's get a weight real quick. Let's see what we're looking at real fast, weight wise. So weight, we're at 3.2 ounces. If we compare this to something like a Rat Model 1, 4.9 ounces. So I mean, that gives you an idea. If you're like a Civivi boy, or you carry an Elementum, here's a Nox. This is close to an Elementum. That's a titanium bead. It's not adding a ton of weight, but we'll say 3 ounces just since this has a bead and a lanyard on it. So now that we are going to get weight out of the way, let's look at this size comparison. So here is your Rat Model 1. You can see it is smaller than the Rat Model 1. Here is the Civivi Nox, which is more comparable to like an Elementum. So you can see size-wise we're pretty close, other than the fact that this one has larger scales and liners. And then we will throw in, I'm going to use the Drever for this one. This is an O-Knife Drever. Just because this guy is one of O-Knife's, like Olight's first knives. So a lot of people that have the O-Knife collection will be able to relative size compared to this. So there is your size profile. If we go to like carry profile, you can see it is very thick. The scales on this is pretty large. I mean, it's a cheap knife. It's $6, but it has that nice access lock. And I will say that for mine, it is not fully reliable. Like, yeah, so it swings out. I can swing it back in, but it's not every time. Sometimes it hangs up kind of like it did right there. So, for opening this, I probably prefer to use a thumb stud. It does have nice thumb studs. I mean, man, for $6, it's pretty hard to beat when it comes to an access lock, or axis lock. Sorry, I keep saying access. So inside here, we can see that we do not have any kind of like cutting out, no milling or skeletonization on the liners. The liners are, I'm going to assume, steel, but yeah, it can't be aluminum. I wouldn't think. Here's your clip, and actually the clip retention is pretty nice. It is very, very sturdy. If I compare that to something like the Rat, there you go. As far as like retention goes, you can hear the click on that. And we will look at blade. So here is your blade. Mine's got some spots on it already somehow. I haven't had this very long either. It's just been sitting. I just opened it to check it out, and then it's been sitting. If we look, I don't know if the camera will pick this up. Yeah, see right here, I've got some imperfections on the bottom side of my blade. It's to be expected. Like I said, we're talking a $6 knife. I mean, that's crazy cheap. What are you gonna do? So this doesn't have any kind of like assist, so you can slow walk it out if that's your thing, and you can access lock close. I mean, all in all, it has the lanyard loop. Oh man, $6. It's hard to beat. If you're on a budget, $6. This, if you can find them, these scales feel like plastic for sure. Definitely some kind of plastic. That's nothing crazy at all. So I mean, that's how they cut cost. It doesn't even say what kind of steel this is. You can see there's no like markings on the blade other than where it says Ozark Mountain Trail right there. There you go. I mean, I have not sharpened mine at all. This is how it is, and I've actually used it to cut down just a couple boxes just to test it out. So I haven't actually cut any paper with it. So I mean, it doesn't want to cut there. So I mean, it will cut paper, kind of. If it's just like the right, yeah. See, it will. And like I said, I haven't sharpened mine, so this is just factory edge. It's not having a good time with this at all, though. So if you get it at the right angle, it'll cut. I mean, it's a $6 knife, and yeah. I mean, it's $6. I keep saying $6 because it's one of those things where you pick it up. There's probably no way that I can. No, it's way too tight for a reverse flick. At least for me, I'm not like the king of reverse flicking, so I can't do that. I can use a normal thumb stud and flick it, but on this guy, I cannot do a reverse flick. So I just, it's kind of hyped up right now. Like I said, I haven't had mine very long, but I am starting to get a little bit of spots right here. It looks like a little bit of rust developing. This is probably just some kind of, those cheap like Wish knives and stuff that you get that are like, this is surgical stainless steel. I'm gonna guess that this is somewhere along the lines of that. It can't be anything crazy. But that's gonna wrap it up. I saw everybody talking about it, and people are saying this is the new king of the EDC knives for $6. I had to try one, and I just had to report my thoughts on this guy. It's a plain handle. There's nothing to it. You can choke up. There is no finger choil, so you'll bite your finger if you move up too high. So if you need a knife and you want one that you can just beat and bang up, $6. If you can find a few of them, just buy you some. They're throwaway knives. It's $6. Just go get you one. I'm going to wrap it up here. We're at like 8 minutes, and that's about all I wanted to put into this thing. So if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. Consider subscribing and check back for future content. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next one.